The breeding of horses have become very important to the owners and handlers of horses, as buyers are now specific on the genetics purchased, especially in the area of horse racing. The initial care of the animals are critical to its health and lifespan. Thoroughbred horses are a specific type of horse used in the horse racing industry, and Chad Feanny, breeding manager of Ham Stables, speaks to the origin of the breed, along with other important elements of his operation.
Ham Stables is a thoroughbred stud farm. We breed thoroughbred horses, which is a special breed of horses, separate and apart from the norm. Thoroughbred as a species was created when 3 stallions came from England over to America and started the bloodline. And the reason they're called thoroughbred is because they're specifically built for speed and for the sport of racing. Previous to that, it was any horse that you found that would take you as a rider and that so happened it could run fast. Now we specifically tie in genetics, different lineages into the breeding. We use the up-to-date techniques, getting vets to come and check the process of the follicles inside the mare to see where along the cycle. As well as that, we handle the babies from the day they're born right up to they're a year old and they're sent to the sale and they're out of our hands. But we lead them, make sure they're used to human interaction, touch them, make that they're not scared for when they go to the track or whoever decides to buy them. The breeding season lasts from January 14 to July 14. During that period, there's always somebody, one of the workers on duty overnight, that will go out periodically to check on mares that we know are close to their due dates. That way, if an emergency happens, usually a horse doesn't need help to give birth. They're very natural. Humans could only hope to be so natural. But in the rare occasion, sometimes a simple help can be to burst the placenta and allow the foal to get air once it's coming out, or to simply have someone to call the vet so that the vet can render further assistance. Every morning, basically, horses come in, whether mares with their foals or mares on their own or dry mares. Check them for cuts, make sure that they haven't scraped up themselves or damaged themselves in the pasture. That's also and also every day you walk and you make sure that the pasture is all right, the fencing hasn't been torn down, no dogs have gotten in there because they will run the horses wild. It is something that you can also tell from the condition of the horses when they come in. If there's a cut, you address it by how serious it is. It's just a scrape, you give it a little iodine spray, clean it off, put gentian violet on it, and let the horse go. Worse than that, we go all the way up until, with the vet's advice, giving Amox inject, Banamine to reduce swelling, bandaging, etc. Proper forage is very important for horses. They have evolved to only eat grass, bark, whatever they can find on the ground. Because humans take them now for different aspects and only want to keep them in one area, we now give them grain, corn, other things to supplement their diet. However, even as much as we try to change it, you can't change it too much, because if they don't have the proper amount of grass, proper amount of forage that isn't either too green or dry to where there's no nutrients left in it, then you will have problems up to and including death from colic.
Okay.
So it's very important. In fact, the most important thing to start to having horses is your fencing and the grass that you're feeding.
Okay.
Having feed otherwise to keep up their condition is actually secondary to having good grass. We've discovered that honey is very good for keeping infections down, for combating infections, and for healing cuts that could not be bandaged, in certain areas that couldn't be bandaged. And we found that if you catch it early enough, not only will it heal it naturally and to where there is almost no scar, but no proud flesh will occur. Keep the condition of your horses high. Though it is better for a horse to come from a low level of nutrition to a higher one when they are trying to get pregnant, too often I see horses coming from the racetrack or other places that have to be caught up. They spend most of the year catching up their condition, and their bodies aren't even ready for pregnancy. So condition and feeding your horses the proper thing, and not giving them drugs such as anabolic steroids will certainly help the health of